Interesting facts about beavers. He has sharp teeth, he is excellent at building dams and lives in the water. Beavers are monogamous and live in isolated families, and cubs live with their parents until they are 2 years old. Thanks to the genetic memory, the beaver does not need to learn. He knows from birth how to build dams and where to build his house. During the night, an adult beaver can knock down and clean a tree with a diameter of 40 centimeters. And the world record is almost a meter in diameter. A beaver can spend up to 15 minutes underwater, covering distances up to 700 meters. He has a transparent third eyelid, which allows you to see underwater without problems and protect your eyes. For the winter, the average family of beavers harvests up to 60 to 70 cubic meters of firewood. The beaver is the second largest rodent in the world. The largest beaver dam ever discovered was about 700 meters long. Beavers use their unusual tail as a rudder. Unlike many other animals, beavers in captivity usually live much longer than in the wild, up to 40 years. Matriarchy reigns in beaver families. The female takes the leading role. The entrance to the beaver hut is always underwater, despite the fact that the hut itself is located above its surface. Beavers are semi-aquatic rodents that live in streams, ponds, rivers and lakes. The beaver has a thick brown coat and a soft gray undercoat that protects it from even the harshest climates. Females are larger than males. There are two types of beavers, North American and European. Although these two species are very similar in appearance and behavior, they are completely incompatible. They even have a different number of chromosomes. Beavers are hard-working creatures. They spend most of their time building dams and huts. Their houses are domed structures built from twigs and dirt. They erect them in open water for protection from predators. The huts have underwater inlets leading to the main living room. Beaver houses usually have 2 rooms, one for drying after entering the house, the second for living and socializing. Beavers are nocturnal. They do not hibernate, so they build their houses at a deep enough depth so that the entrance to them does not freeze in winter. They usually have one companion for life. Pregnancy in beavers lasts 105 days. It reaches puberty by 3 years. Beavers' large front teeth never stop growing. They have to constantly gnaw on wood so that their teeth do not grow too long. Beavers have poor eyesight, but a strong sense of smell and excellent hearing. Beavers are herbivores. They feed on the bark of trees. These rodents love to eat cherry, maple, birch and aspen. They also feed on water lilies, algae and leaves. Beavers move very slowly on land, but they swim at speeds up to 8 kilometers per hour. The ears and nose of beavers have special valves that close when immersed in water. The front teeth of beavers protrude from their closed mouths, so they can work underwater without swallowing liquid. These talented engineers usually work alone with little contact with each other. If a predator destroys part of the dam, the beaver will repair it overnight. Beavers are the only creatures on Earth other than humans who build structures visible from space. The largest beaver dam in the world is built in Wood Buffalo National Park in northern Alberta, Canada. It has a length of 850 meters. Several centuries ago, the monks considered beavers to be fish in order to eat their meat during fasting. Did you know that beavers can hold their breath for up to 15 minutes if necessary? Canadian 5-cent coins feature a beaver. Beavers were once massively hunted for their beautiful fur, and by the beginning of the 20th century, beavers had virtually disappeared from Europe. However, their population was partially restored artificially. Now beavers are not among the endangered species. In the International Red Book, they are listed as a species of least concern. Beaver front teeth are orange because their tooth enamel contains iron. To gnaw wood, you need very strong teeth. Iron makes them very durable. And besides, since the front surface of the teeth, covered with iron enamel, wears down more slowly than the white dentin on the backside. The beaver's teeth self-sharpen when he is doing his favorite thing. Why do beavers build dams? There are several goals: protection from predators, regulation of the current. Beavers prefer slow-flowing water bodies, quiet dams. By deepening the dam, beavers ensure that the reservoir does not freeze to the bottom. This is important, because stocks are stored at the bottom for the winter. Beavers stick branches into the bottom, which in this way remain fresh for a long time. If there is nowhere to dig a hole on the shore of a reservoir, because it is too swampy, the beaver builds a house of twigs, mud and stones right on the dam or on the shallows, with underwater entrances. Some beaver lodges are large enough to fit a person. Inside the huts, beavers maintain cleanliness. If the water level in the river rises, the owner raises the floor of the hut or hole, in the latter case, scraping the earth from the ceiling. Beavers are good for the environment. These animals play an important role in providing habitat for many aquatic organisms. In ecosystems ennobled by beavers, biodiversity increases, in particular, the number of waterfowl species. The activity of beavers also brings a lot of good to a person. Thanks to dams, a sufficient level of groundwater is maintained. In addition, dams, like any wetlands, serve as natural barriers when rivers overflow, say from floods and bank erosion. Beavers mate in January to February, and in April to May, from 1 to 8 cubs are born. An odorous secret called castoreum is secreted from special glands near the anus. With its help, beavers mark their territory and look for a couple. The composition and smell of the beaver stream is unique, like fingerprints. Since castoreum has a vanilla smell, it was previously used in perfumery and the food industry, but now it is practically not used because of the high cost. Fortunately, there are synthetic substitutes. However, many people still believe in the healing properties of the beaver stream, which allegedly improves immunity, and improves sexual functions in men. There is no clinical evidence for this. However, castoreum is sold as a means of folk medicine, for the sake of which beavers are grown on farms and receive a secret without killing animals. The mass of an adult beaver can reach from 25 to 32 kilograms. This is the approximate weight of an 8-year-old human child. If a beaver senses danger is approaching, it dives into the water and flaps its tail very loudly in the water. Tail slap warns of the danger of beavers nearby. Before a beaver gets out of the water, he must first make sure that the threat has passed. According to some information from researchers, beavers can cry in large drops. Beavers can start crying if they see their destroyed home or lose their offspring. Dear friends, if you liked the video, please subscribe and like. Thank you.